Welcome to the Nicholas 11x12 technology. As you all may know, I haven't reviewed a case in a long time now. Well, today we're looking at the Aerocool DS3 Window Micro-ATX case. This case comes in at a pretty good price point of $80 to $100 depending on the shop. Thanks a lot to Aerocool for sending me this case to review. This for sure is going to be an interesting review. In the box, of course, is the case itself, but it also comes with this top cover to put up there. And last but not least, there also is a manual included. And let me tell you, this is one of the good case manuals. Lots of details and pictures in there, and besides in different languages, I mean the text. Alright, where should I start at this point? As you can see, Aerocool has sent me the black version of this case with this side panel window. This case is available in 9 different colors, and both the solid side panel version as well as the version with the side panel windows are available in 9 colors. Blue, pink, green, black, black and white, red, orange and golden. This is a cube case. The DS3 window is 26.5 centimeters wide, 41.1 centimeters high, and 38.1 centimeters deep. First of all, I really have to say this case looks absolutely fantastic for a cube case. The design is kept really minimalistic, and if you know me well, you for sure also know minimalistic designs really are my thing. Another thing I personally always love seeing on cases is a side panel window, and this version of the DS3 case comes with a nice one indeed. The surface of the case is really smooth with a rubberized feel to it, or how Aerocool calls it, leather coating. That's awesome. That kind of coating always makes things feel and look much more expensive. On the top here is the power button, reset button, HDD activity LED, and the microphone and headphone jacks. On the opposite side are 4 USB ports, 2 of which are USB 3.0. Aerocool includes 2 different top covers here. On default, the solid plain cover is installed, which helps blocking noise from the PC. Then secondly, there also is the mesh cover for better ventilation, with a dust filter by the way. I'd recommend installing that one if you decide to use a 240mm water cooler. Locking and unlocking the top covers is very easy and works well. On the front we have a 5¼ inch drive bay as well as a 3.5 inch bay. You could just as well install a 3.5 inch HDD in there, hidden of course. Then there's a nice Aerocool logo. Now behind the front cover is a pre-installed 200mm 500 RPM fan. Aerocool obviously wants to guarantee a quiet operation. However, there are also mounting points for a 140 and 120mm fan. Speaking of fan, on the rear is a second pre-installed fan. It's a 120mm 900 RPM fan, but you could just as well install a 140mm fan or radiator here. This DS3 case supports Micro-ATX as well as Mini-ITX motherboards. I'm really glad there's support for Micro-ATX because it's a lot easier to put together a Micro-ATX gaming PC compared to Mini-ITX. Right here in the front we have 2 3.5 inch HDD trays, which you can slide in and out very easily, it snaps into place. To install a 3.5 inch drive, just pull to extend the HDD tray. Then just align the screw holes in the HDD with the pins on the tray and push back the other side of the tray to secure the HDD. Also, these 2 trays also support 2.5 inch drives such as SSDs by the way. However, just 2 trays isn't really much. That's why there's a rack on the other side for 2 2.5 inch drives only. So you can install a good amount of drives into this small case. To actually install the 2.5 inch drive into the rack, use the included screws and shock absorbers and slide it into the rack. To release the drive, just lift the tab. Now another additional spot for installing a 3.5 inch drive is this rack here. Maybe not as elegant as the main trays, but it's there just in case you'd need it. Oh, and there's no toolless design here for this rack, you'll have to use screws. Speaking of screws, let's take a look at what's in the accessory box. Alright, inside are cable ties, a motherboard speaker, the shock absorbers of which I was talking about, and lots of screws. And Aerocool didn't just throw these screws in the back. No, they separated all the screws and labeled these very nicely on the plastic bag. For instance, motherboard standoffs, motherboard, FDD, DVD drive and HDD tray screws, PSU screws, 3.5 inch HDD screws, 2.5 inch HDD screws, and fan screws. But there's more. Aerocool, I salute you. You even include this awesome USB 3.0 to USB 2.0 adapter. Why can't more manufacturers include these? This adapter allows you to make use of all the USB ports, even including the USB 3.0 ports, even if your motherboard doesn't support USB 3.0. You'll just use the 3.0 ports at USB 2.0 speeds then, but at least you can use them. Good job there, Aerocool. The DS Cube window fully supports standard ATX power supplies, and there even are rubber pads for the PSU to reduce vibration noise and make the system even quieter. Also, there's a removable dust filter, and the PSU really gets lots of space to breathe thanks to the rubber pads and lots of room from the bottom. Oh, and the bottom is stylishly curved and has these vents here. The case also comes with 4 rubber feet. Now when we take a look at the rear of the case, there are 2 water cooling tube holes and 4 expansion slots. Alright, you'd install a motherboard like that. That's the only Micro-ATX board I have, by the way. And as you can see, you can clearly install tall tower CPU coolers. To be exact, the DS Cube supports CPU coolers with a height of up to 19 centimeters, and without any fans installed on the top of the case, even a 20 centimeter tall one would fit. On the top you can install up to 2 120 or 140mm fans, or up to a single 240 or 280mm radiator. But to do so, you'd first have to remove this rack here to get the radiator up there. Afterwards, you can reinstall the rack back into the case. It's actually very easy to do. The Aerocool DS Cube window actually can indeed hold fairly long graphics cards. Without removing any racks, you could install graphics cards with up to 25.5 centimeters in length, and once you remove this rack here, graphics cards with up to 32 centimeters. But if you also remove the front fan, graphics cards with up to 35 centimeters in length would fit. That flexibility with this case is absolutely amazing. Now I just remembered I shouldn't forget showing you the front panel cables inside the case. Right here we have the standard front panel connectors, power reset and so on, as well as the HD audio connector. Then there's a simple USB 2.0 connector as well as a USB 3.0 connector. But as I've said before already, Aerocool is so kind to include an adapter for older motherboards. The 2 pre-installed fans can be powered up by the 3-pin fan connector or by Molex directly from the PSU. And yeah, that pretty much wraps this review up. The Aerocool DS Cube window is a fantastic case in my opinion. For just $80 to $100, this Micro-ATX case truly is awesome. It offers great flexibility, you can fit in lots of high-end hardware, and last but not least, the case design itself is very beautiful. At least in my eyes, everyone has their own opinion though. Whether you like the design or not, you can't deny the case's flexibility and the very good price-performance ratio. If I was about to build a Micro-ATX or Mini-ITX PC, this would currently be the case I'd go for. I'd definitely recommend the Aerocool DS Cube window case. It's awesome. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and visit niklas11x12techx.com to see videos there earlier than on YouTube. Also say no to ad blockers in order to support me and to make future videos possible. Thank you.